Okay, call the meeting to order. It's Monday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. We're meeting at the Wareham High School cafeteria. Could I ask the secretary to call the roll, please?
Absolutely. Present tonight, Chairman Hurd, Vice Chair, Chairman Pigeon, Vice Chairman Hurd, Clerk Bailey, Stuart Novick, Pat Rumney, Jerry Stefanski. That's about it.
Was it the name or was it far enough?
I left my glasses at home. Jen's coming with the Red Devil.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to take something out of order just to get it done ahead of time and approve the meeting minutes for October 3rd. Can I have a motion to approve, please? Motion made and seconded. Any discussion, corrections? Being done, the motion is to accept as printed. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. Okay, these were here for the articles, and there are some that I don't have. And that would be starting off with, does everybody have a copy? Here's a copy of free cash as it came through. We have $2,832,850.
Is that higher than normal?
That is.
It sounds like a little, because we usually go around 2.1 maybe. We do break average around 2. 1.8 we have. On Article 1, surface and those are the listed items. Does everybody have a copy of the warrant? We probably don't have this one. This came out. No, I got these on late Saturday afternoon.
Right. Saturday.
I sent it out to everyone, I believe. Kelly did one. Everybody got it anyway. They have moved replacing the floating docks and onset pier from Gary's article to capital planning. One of the causes of doing that is that it's a borrowing, a little bit of borrowing.
So does that mean the borrowing payments will be under this budget going forward, or somewhere else?
They'll be under his.
It'll be under our program. We do borrowing ourselves within our budget, and it's well within the parameters. The total from borrowing will be $420,000. The budget from the pollution control is $105,000. It's a transfer from their capital budget, and the certified free cash is $810,000. We are replacing the HVAC in Deacon's, Middle, and High. I would have to question Deacon's, but these are all window units. They're not ceiling units. I beg your pardon? I have trouble hearing you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there were the 3 window units in instead of getting some units that are actually cost effective to run.
I presume you'll have to ask them on the floor.
I'm not that.
The difficulty for us is we're just getting this crap.
Right.
Do we have any questions? Because they're not prepared. They're not prepared to work prepared to put this through.
Yeah, I
and collect
realize
it.
why,
Yeah,
but,
why is it coming through so late?
yeah.
And
well,
the town
what is
administrator
their
just,
problem?
okay. Here, Article 1. Some of the issues there, when did you receive the requests?
From the department heads and stuff for these items?
Like from the school department?
That would have been a couple of weeks ago. This was approved from capital planning as well.
Yeah. So in spite of you receiving it, capital planning had not voted on it.
Not until what, the 11th day, I think?
We did, wasn't sent in until the 10th.
Yeah.
From
We've
the
had
school
it
department.
We've had it for a good long time now, about 12 days.
But the issue really is for us, is to receive it from capital planning if they approve it. And we unfortunately, capital planning, 2 weeks ago,
When did we officially have the finance committee receive it?
I received it from when I got the articles here. I didn't receive any paperwork prior to it.
You've received it tonight.
So tonight, so
Tonight.
we're expected to basically then follow the capital planning committee's recommendation. Because we, as a finance committee, don't have time to review.
That's correct. That's correct.
You don't have anything that's in free cash. Certified, right?
Right,
That's
because that's
another
what
issue.
you're
The other
using
issue
for.
are,
You have a list that's not going to be fulfilled, so it's all irrelevant until you get free cash.
Then you get free cash, then you get the final prioritization.
And free cash didn't come in until Thursday of last week.
Yeah, I think, Wednesday or Thursday.
So it was, there was no time for us. Yeah, indeed. But we were, without the notification of free cash, we were really locked into not voting. And I would suggest that we take the stand that we're unable to cast a vote because of the lateness of free cash, roll that in. Dave is doing the presentation, so it's however you want to handle that, Dave.
Well, let's see, I think,
Lunch coming today, just because it's.
I think we'd like to clarify it that we're doing it, approving it. We didn't, obviously it's not in the warrant with approval, because we didn't have the information when it went out for printing. You know,
We could include the lateness of free cash, because we couldn't recommend the town meeting to spend anything that we didn't have.
well, yes, that's correct.
Can you guys speak up a little bit? I think some of us are having
Somebody
a little
move
bit
and I
of
can squeeze in here somewhere.
Well, that'll work as well.
Yeah, I think we all have to speak up, if you don't mind, because of the size of the room, for one.
And other noises, right? Oops.
Being televised.
Thinking
That is how you used to be,
right?
huh? Things don't bend the way they used to.
Yep. I don't have a finance committee recommendation. I can put in there that because it was late, we didn't have, finance committee itself didn't have the opportunity. What I'm saying is, this is a recurring article that we typically address at fall town meeting after determining how much free cash is available for capital equipment. Capital plan now includes monies from borrowing, which will be paid by harbor fees over the next 7 years, water pollution control facility budget, and free cash. So there's no additional impact on our tax basis. I'm going to explain a little bit about how it's done. The Capital Planning Committee maintains and updates a 5-year projection of capital expenditures based upon input from our various department heads and the town administrator. Department heads work hard to prioritize that list because they all could do better if they had more money available and got more things. The list before you is the result of some very difficult choices the Capital Planning Committee and Town Administrator have made to deliver the best possible services to Wareham for the available funds.
We said that last year too.
Probably.
Based on how Dave is going to deliver our recommendation, if we choose to do so, we can also abstain based on the information Dave's going to pass on. And we didn't have sufficient information at the time. or we can do so this evening. What is the will? I have a motion, please? I need a motion to approve it, and we can, based on our votes. Pardon?
The list is in the motions that we received yesterday or today. Not in the, this one in the motions.
Yeah, I sent it all out to everybody.
So I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made, we have a second. Motion made and seconded, we discussion.
And obviously, we haven't had a
Like
chance
they
to
already
look
got
at
everything all straightened out.
the only thing we can
I
do
don't
is
have to say nothing.
approve it
How's everybody?
We can approve. I
based
think you're
upon,
abstain.
or you can abstain, based upon the recommendation of the capital plan.
May I have a vote, then all those in favor say aye.
Say aye.
Opposed?
I don't even know what's on the list.
Okay, one abstention.
Now change your vote.
So what,
It's probably fine.
701.
My rubber stamp's broke.
We left it at 80.
Yeah.
Next one is Article 2, which is the transfer of free cash. Now, I think the fact that we have free cash, we can actually do something. And we did discuss this at our hearings. In that 150,000 in stabilization fund and 300,000 in Plymouth County OPEB trust fund. Any questions? Any questions? I need Derek to explain further.
Mr. Chairman, just to say that tonight I have the selectmen change the OPEB funding policy to be 3 to 5% of our annual health insurance appropriation. You know, and this would be within the range, which would be
That's a policy change?
yeah. So once I've signed off on that, I'll ship it
So
out
it's
to you.
3 to 5% of whatever we pay in total to healthcare?
You're right. From within our general fund, it doesn't include the teachers' health insurance because that comes out of the
Different fund, yeah.
And then this,
So generally speaking, it's the employee healthcare.
correct.
Are they paying in something similar to an OPEB?
Yeah, we get hit from they're through the GIC, and we get hit on that from as one of the what do you call it, the state assessments.
So that's taken care of on another line.
Right.
and this 300,000 within the 3 to 5%.
It is. That should be about 260 to just under 400,000. We did 7.8 million roughly.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that's, well, yeah, that's about.
Yeah. That policy is going forward, doesn't affect what we're appropriating this evening.
Right, but he said that this number is still within that,
Yes.
that number. Okay, that's good.
150 makes sense for stabilization.
what's that?
150 makes sense for stabilization.
It does. It keeps us actually slightly above our 5% goal, which is great.
Yeah, that's about 5%.
Yeah, because I think we should, I want to change that to at least 5%, not, at 5%. No harm in going above.
Motion.
Okay, could I have a motion to approve, please?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any other further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
One more.
9 no. Who is it? Oh. I've got a brand new phone, I haven't set it up yet, so I don't know what. Article 3 is unpaid bills for fiscal 2018. There aren't any, and that is going to be part of the consent agenda. There are 7 articles that are going to be part of the consent agenda. They would be 3, 4, 8, 12, 17, 18, and 20. They are a combination of those that are going to be withdrawn and also those which are a matter of housekeeping. One, the unpaid bills, which we don't have. One is the transfer of the McKinney-Vento funds. That's a function that will have to occur. Return of the Article 8 is returning unused funds from previous CPC projects, and that's, again, a routine one. The Article 12 is the CPC fund reserves adjustment. They're required to have a certain percentage in different funds, and they miscalculated, so they're just making the adjustment, and the money is being moved around within the CPC. So it doesn't include anything for us. Article 17 is the request by WPCF of the Warrior funds, and that's being withdrawn, I believe. Article 18 is the petitioner's street layout for Melwood Drive. That is being withdrawn. And also Article 20 is the housing units at Agawam Village. That is being withdrawn.
Why wouldn't we move Article 14 as one of the
Article
of the
14 is
consent
amending
articles?
on Article 5 is supplemental regulations.
Right.
Still requires action by town meeting.
Further study?
Because 5
The
is,
moderator
yeah.
suggested that they have to actually give a report on it, even if it's a report for them to do further study, and it would be presumptive of us to put in the consent agenda.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're nothing if not civil.
Yeah, Rich and I have a bet on 9 o'clock, so we gotta go. Any questions? Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So
Make a
moved.
motion.
Motion made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's a vote. Here.
Do you have the motions? Do you have the motions?
I don't like your vote.
I'm trying to pull them off, but I'm not getting them.
Did you go to the guest?
Yeah, it wouldn't mind. But I'll, usually the camera guy hooks me up later.
Are there any particular articles that you would like to revisit in the context of voting? The ones we voted negative on is amending Article 4, which is the overlay district. That would be Tremont Vale. And I have the good fortune of saying that David is presenting that one.
We didn't vote on Tremont now?
We did.
We did.
We voted against it because we didn't have sufficient information at the time.
Oh, we didn't vote against it, we just didn't give a vote on it.
How does that vote read? Tell us.
Huh?
How did we all abstain or did we vote negative?
No,
It said
it's
009.
009.
That's probably one we
Yes.
should have on.
Right.
Also on Article 15, which is the zoning bylaw, Article 6, the density and dimensional regulations, again.
Okay. Could we go back to 13, the
13,
overlay?
Overlay district.
We did vote not to, or against recommending it.
And then 009,
009.
which is abstentions.
So
We had insufficient information,
we had insufficient information.
so we abstained from making a vote.
Um,
We have someone walking across the cafeteria who wants a word on that, and
Yep.
probably change their mind, but Peter Hart knows about it. Peter, welcome.
This is the overlay district.
How are you?
Good. We have, we're just discussing Article 13, which is the overlay district.
Yeah, well, now you got 2.42 million reasons to vote for it.
We initially said we abstained.
Because you didn't have the info.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to review the,
No, we were waiting
Bylaw.
for your pearly tone to come along and enlighten us.
well, it is what it is. Basically, as the property presently stands, we can't have any kind of educational activities going on out there. We've had interest from a potter who wants to set up a co-op and then also do classes. We've had other interest in things out there. We've had interest from a brewer. He couldn't go out there. We've got a distiller. He couldn't go out there. And of course, we have the big elephant in the room, which is the marijuana products manufacturer, and they couldn't go out there. So this bylaw is simply to overlay the factory property and set it up so that these uses can be permitted out there.
And this is exclusively the factory property.
Now it is exclusively the factory property. We've just discovered a technical mistake in one of our hearing notices for the planning board hearing, so we're going to wind up scaling it back to just the 2 properties that constitute the factory. Just the 2 lots.
Butters chose not to be included?
They wanted to be included, but we didn't, what we did was when we noticed the planning board hearing, we just referred to the 2 lots that the factory is sitting on. That's just been brought to my attention, so we're going to change the motion that's presented to exclude the other 3 lots. We had 2 town lots that were up at the corner of Mayflower at the stop sign. They were town lots. They're both triangular little lots. They're just past the dam. It's one of them's like where one of the dam abutments is. And the 3rd one was the Assad property. And he had indicated that he wanted to be in it, but because we don't have the proper notice, we would have to come back and add that in.
Now so you have a new motion.
There will be a new motion. What it's going to be is printed in the handout, comma, with the exception of lots so and such, such and such, so and so, and this and this. So it's going to preclude those 3 lots.
David, you were going to read this one.
Right.
I'll get you the information because we got to get it to Matt and everybody else. I've got to figure out exactly what the lots are and reconstitute it.
All right.
But that will cure the defect.
Okay.
You have the information before the gavel goes down?
I will. I'll have it to you. I'll have it to you. I'll have it to Matt
I'll let you go up the computer.
and the moderator.
Okay, David especially, David.
Oh yeah, because you're going to make the motion. I get it.
They should show up when I read.
So sorry for the last minute excitement, but hey, that's why you guys meet, is to deal with this stuff.
Okay.
As a courtesy. It's not courtesy, as a courtesy.
Change on motions on the printed.
It's not the first time this has happened. I can say that.
Okay, is then, any other questions? Does anyone make a motion to change, then we take another vote, to see if
So
it's
that's the
changed or
only one
not?
is this. Do I have this handle? And then the vote, shall I see it again?
Thank you, man. Second? Second, all those in favor say aye. Opposed?
Yeah, I need
Motion
to-
reconsider?
I'm just going to change the motion before it goes over.
So I have a motion to
So what I read,
approve.
I'll make a motion to
I just
approve.
read what I already have.
Motion made and seconded, now the motion to approve. Article 13, the then zoning bylaw for overlay districts, Tremont Nail. Any discussion, questions while Peter's here?
A little bit of discussion. It's amazing how much,
Motion or revision motion?
This is the revised motion as described with Peter. Doing this on the fly.
He just gave me this one, I didn't want to look at it.
That's the handout.
Oh, okay.
if you look in the zoning bylaw, there are 4 pages of allowed or not allowed usage. And in Wareham Village 1, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't do. Can't have a cider mill unless you have 5 acres. Can't have a 3 to 4 family dwelling on an existing structure. So you can't turn the building into apartments. Or you can't have a 5+ family dwelling in existing structure. You can't have apartments in a fixed-use building. So if you have an apartment and you want to have the downstairs as a store, you can't do it. You can't have a manufactured home park. You can't have a restaurant. You can't have a conference center, motel or hotel, a guest house. Industrial use, you can't manufacture products produced on the premises with a major portion of which will be sold on the premises. So you can't have an artist studio where they're selling all sorts of art on the studio. You can't have light manufacturing. You can't have a fish processing plant. All right, maybe you don't want to.
The fish go right by there.
No, actually, that's right. The area has more, but there's a whole lot of
They used to go right.
In addition, what the list Dave has, because it's in a flood zone, the facility which is they're targeting, of course, is the steel building. They can renovate it. They cannot add to it unless it's above the floodplain. So
Actually, we're still, I think we're still dealing with 14 feet there. They haven't upped that to, I don't think they've upped that to 17 and a half yet, for some reason.
That's the new one, that's the old one. The new overlay, I think, is the alternative higher one.
It could be, you know, and just so you know,
FEMA changes that shit every year.
well, they do, and the other thing is, you can go and appeal, as the Buzzards Bay Coalition did, to the Board of Building Regulations and Standard and get exempted out of that, because basically the way it's read, the way it's set up in the state laws, you can't invest more than 50% a year into a building in order to improve it. So if you want to take a building that's valued at $50,000 like that freight building is and put in $500,000 worth of improvements, the answer is no. But if you go to the State Board of Building Regulations and Standards and ask for a waiver, then you can go ahead and do it. And that's exactly what happened with the bathhouse. And we know that place is subject to storm flowage. And that's subject to nor'easter flowage, let alone hurricane flowage. So,
Okay, on the motion. Any further discussion or questions? May I have a vote, then all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Turn
These
around.
guys want to be in that building.
yeah, they really do.
There's
What
lots
do
of
we get?
spaces,
What?
That's the biggest one.
One abstention.
so they just don't want to build something.
They just don't want to go through the time.
David,
Takes to build, they want
It's
it,
just time.
it's a market thing, they want to jump in and grab the market while it's
What's
here.
the vote on this?
Right. Those buildings
they're not
are
100
expensive and there's tons of other places.
801.
I know, but they're not a $100 million corporation for nothing, they know.
Right. No, I was just curious. I'm okay with them being there.
Yeah. Thanks, gentlemen and ladies.
Article 14, which is zoning bylaw, Article 5, supplemental regulation. Again, going for the same reason. And the town is going to move to further study this article. So I would suggest we can leave our vote as is, or would you rather have it reflect something different? We voted 009.
We voted to
Lack of
abstain.
information.
on
I think we can leave it as such. Further study. Move the town, the motion will be moved to the town to further study this article.
is that excluded?
Also, Article 15, amend the zoning bylaw, Article 6, density and dimensional regulations. Same issue there. And the motion is to approve as written in the planning board handout. I would suggest, since we haven't seen the board handout, that we leave our vote as is. However, if you would prefer to change it, I'll entertain that motion.
No, I haven't seen it.
No. No. Okay, well, everybody, you have to have an opportunity to reconsider. That's your option. Exercise your option. You can go with one, you can the only other one we voted negative on, and we abstained on, was Article 17, but that will be in the, and that'll be withdrawn, yes. So I don't believe it's necessary for us to consider any changes in that. And I believe everything else we approved of. Now, as the format we're doing this evening, David and I are doing everything.
Want me to read this over here?
We're down, pardon?
Mind about doing the readings? Or you
No,
guys gonna read it?
just David and I are swapping off.
Okay.
There's only 13 articles left. A couple of them we really have nothing to say on, especially the zoning, so that's 3 more, which are less than that. So now we're down to 10. At best, 2 are the contentious ones, being Article 5 and Article 13. They will attempt, I'm sure, to bundle 13 and 11. And they will also attempt to take Article 5 and 13 first. Claire anticipates a large number, that's why this room is also set up. And if they do Article 5 and then Article 13, it's my presumption, as I've experienced before, all those who are not concerned or who do everything else will probably attempt to leave. And if it's so noisy, I'll just make a motion to declare to have a 5-minute recess while everybody is able to leave. Courtesy.
What's the thing you say when you're tired of listening to people? Motion to
Move the motion.
move the motion. Move the motion. All right. I have to try that out.
everybody, when they start leaving, someone, probably I will have to speak up and ask them to sit down and wait. Because you have to wait
don't
for
have
the
much money,
motion
so good luck.
to reconsider. If they get up and leave and someone does not make that motion, then later on, when all the negatives are still there in the building, you do a motion to reconsider, then you can vote it down. So you gotta make a reconsideration immediately after. That cuts off any consideration for the rest of the
Later on.
evening. If we go 2 nights, then they got a problem.
Oh, it's going to be a long night. Well, can I say one thing?
And the reconsideration has to be made by someone who
I'm positive.
is on the winning side of the vote.
It's a parliamentary procedure.
Information or something? Don't you need new information or something?
No,
No.
nope. Parliamentary. It's just like when they want to go beyond the conversation that Claire may try to limit, is they move to suspend the rules and allow discussion for 30 minutes. But if they do that, I will get up and make sure they add that Claire remains and moderates the discussion. Because when they suspend the rules, her entire responsibility is to enforce the rules. So when the part ending, she loves talking.
Anybody want to speak for a minute?
Sure.
Now, I know that we just reconsidered the term up now.
Can you speak up, please?
Okay, sorry. I didn't want everyone to hear us.
Oh, Ron PD.
Oh, on TV.
Is that limited discussion?
Just like always. So, that's okay. What's your heart?
Motion to adjourn?
Well, then can we shut the TV off? Yeah, okay, motion
Then
to
we'll be
adjourn.
having an illegal meeting, so.
Look, on that leave.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Dave, can you figure out?